So what do I love to talk about? I love this idea of School 2.0 and this idea that we have to create schools that we need, all of us, students, teachers, all of us. Why does this stuff matter so much? This stuff matters for three reasons, I think, for me. The first and most important one is, of course, this picture. Those are my children. This stuff is real to me every day. I am the parent of a 7-year-old, Jacob, that's the Mickey Mouse, and Theo, he's the one in the glasses. Jacob is, he is a boy in all that sort of stereotypically means. He does not look right when he is sitting still. He is beautiful in motion. And he is of that age, or where learning is still organic. Learning just happens. I can work with him on stuff and you can just see him sort of absorbing it. But he is in first grade now. He's finishing up his first grade year. And my wife and I are watching him become schooled and begin that process of being schooly. And where learning is now something that it is an abstraction. It is something you do. It is something that you go to. And if I don't need to be doing it, I won't be doing it. I don't need to do these other things. It's not on my homework list. And that has been a challenge for us. We're also watching him. Jacob is he's a firstborn, right? He wants to do the right thing. He aims to please. And we're watching school happen to him where you can see him being in this place of tell me the rules and I'll follow them. And we want him to question the rules a lot more. And I'll tell you a quick anecdote. And I say this, he goes to Philadelphia Public Schools, wonderful little school, 2 blocks from our own school. I bike in on a little tandem bike with him every morning. It's fun. But earlier this year, Jacob had to go to the bathroom. And he raised his hand and said, "Can I go to the bathroom?" And the teacher said, "Not right now." Now the story changes a little bit, depending on who you ask, because I asked. Jacob says he raised his hand again, and the teachers, just said, "Not now." His teacher, who, let me state this unequivocally for the record, is a good teacher, is a kind teacher, is a caring teacher who loves my son. She says she just didn't see him. And you can guess what happened next. Jacob had an accident in class. And I went to pick him up from school that day because, like I said, he's 2 blocks from my school, and one of the joys of my life is that I built a school that I want my children to be at. I built a school and so Jacob comes and hangs out with us after school a lot, and he's got 500 older brothers and sisters, which is wonderful. But when I spoke to the teacher that day, she said, "I didn't like how the conversation went." She went, "Well, I don't know why he just didn't get up and go to the bathroom. I mean, I would never, blah, blah, blah." And there was it was all on him. There was no shared responsibility. And so I went into the next day and I said, "I think we need to talk." And I said, "You have to understand, every day you send home a behavior chart. Every day a child gets a 1, 2, or 3 in your classroom about how well they followed the rules. And you have made that an incredibly important part of your classroom, that they follow the rules. And when we asked Jacob, why didn't you just listen to your body? Why didn't you just get up? His answer was, I didn't want to get a 2. And I said to her, I want you to help my child learn how to think. And I know that's hard with 25 first graders in a room. There's a reason I teach high school. But I want you to help him learn how to think, and what you're teaching him to do is follow the rules. So this really matters to me. The second reason is you can see Theo has glasses. That's rare for a young child. He's had them since he was 9 months old. He has some major health issues. He has an IEP. It's life. I never, ever want a teacher to look at him and think, I have to get this kid to pass the test. I never want my child to be nothing more than a disaggregated subgroup. I want him to be Theo, with all of his challenges and all of his strengths and all of the things that make him uniquely him. I don't want him to be one of 50 children, as if we think that's good. I don't want him to be sitting in front of a computer on some what we pretend is individualized instruction. I want him to do work that matters with adults and colleagues that care. So this matters to me greatly. The second thing is I am very, very lucky in my life. I get to go talk to educators all over this country. And what I have noticed is that people don't feel good right now. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that, budget and all the rest of it, but there's also this unease of, are we doing the right thing? Just out of curiosity, how many people in the room are school-based, are people who work in schools every day? Awesome. How many people are school designers who work with those folks? How many people are something else? District people, like district level administrators, state administrators, folks like that? Is that something? Yes. So I asked this question of a group of principals. I was working with a group of principals. There was about 200 principals in the room. I said, how many people feel like you're getting it 90% right for your kids these days? Not a hand. How many people feel 80? No. 70, a smattering. 60% right. Maybe a couple more. I didn't get over half of the room until I got down to how many of you think you're getting it 30% right for the kids in your charge. The unease. And then I said, how many of you feel like you know what to do next? And almost not a single hand went up. We know things aren't right. Schools don't feel great right now. And we've got to do better. And teachers know it, and we need to help them. And then the last, most important reason, of course, is the children. This is the first class. This was the opening week of SLA. We went to the steps of our partner museum, the Franklin Institute in Philadelphia, and we sat on the steps and took this picture. If you ever need to be humbled, start a school. 120 families sent us their children when we were nothing but an idea, when we didn't even have our building yet. We were a construction site. And they sent us their children. A colleague of mine likes to say, we teach the children we teach. The parents don't leave the good ones at home. So the most important reason is this idea that we have to be worthy of this awesome responsibility we have been given to teach the children. And I take that really seriously.